So the question is, somebody who is not an investment professional, what is the best investment, meaning one that there would be less worry of any kind connected with?
If you're a new investor or an experienced investor, you need to watch this video. Did you know that if you invested in the 500 best companies in the stock market, you would get a return of 25% or more in 2023? And this year, when I'm making this video, 2024, you would receive an increase of more than 24% just in October, and we have not ended the year yet. I decided to make this video because I want to help you generate money with your investments. So in this video, I am going to show you an easy way to invest, what can you invest in, and how can you take full advantage of all your savings so you can multiply your money for the future. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what we do is we take our regular income, we save and invest so we can put our money to work to the point that our investments could generate enough money so they can pay for all our expenses without having the need to work. And there is an easy way to invest, and I would like to share with you today. In the stock market, you find thousands and thousands of companies that you can invest on and buy their stocks. If you have seen my videos, you know that I invest most of my money in single stocks. But how do you pick the right company? What do you think if you have the option to invest in the 500 best companies in the stock market? So how do you pick a group of 500 best companies? That sounds a little bit difficult, but there is an easy way where we have a group of 500 of the best companies of the stock market that when one or two or three companies are not performing the way they are supposed to perform, they're actually taken out of this group of 500 best companies and they get replaced with better companies. So you always have the 500 best companies in the stock market. The best thing of all is that you don't have to do absolutely nothing. And the reason is because this group of investment is called the S&P 500. If you have been in the investment world, you have heard about this. But I want to bring to you the specifics about this type of investment. This S&P 500 have returned more than 10% every single year for the last 30 years. So what does this mean? That every 7 years, the S&P 500 have doubled in price. And let me show you how. In 2010, the S&P 500 was worth $1,200. 7 years later, in 2017, the S&P 500 went up over $2,400. So it doubled in 7 years. Now, 7 years later, right now, in 2024, when I'm recording this video, the S&P 500 have doubled, actually more than double, this year, 2024, reaching over 5,700 at this moment when I record this video. So what do you think in 7 years, in 2031, the S&P 500 is going to be worth? I would love to know your opinion down below in the comment section. So let me tell you this, Warren Buffett, one of the best investors in the stock market, left lots of money for his wife in case he's not here with us anymore. And this money is not invested in the Berkshire Hathaway, which is his company. This money is actually invested in the S&P 500.
So the question is, somebody who is not an investment professional will be, I hope, reasonably elderly by the time that the estate gets settled. And what is the best investment, meaning one that there would be less worry of any kind connected with, and less people coming around and saying, why don't you sell this and do something else and all those things. She's going to have more money than she needs. And the big thing then you want is money not to be a problem. And there will be no way that if she holds the S&P, or virtually no way, absent something happened with weapons of mass destruction, but virtually no way that she'll have all the money that she possibly can use she'll have a little liquid money so that if stocks are down tremendously at some point, they close the stock exchange for a while, anything like that, she'll still feel that she's got plenty of money. And the object is not to maximize. It doesn't make any difference whether the amount she gets doubles or triples or anything of the sort. The important thing is that she never worries about money the rest of her life.
So let me give you some great examples of how can you invest in this easy way where you can double your money every 7 years without doing absolutely nothing. So many people who don't know how to invest are asking, how can I do this? I make these videos because I want to help you multiply your money for the future. And I want to show you how easy this is. So there are many choices of many different ways that you can invest in the 500 best companies in the stock market. But I'm going to talk to you about 3 of them, just to give you an example of how easy it is to invest in these. The number 1 that I want to show you is SPY. You can also invest in another one that is called VOO, which this is very popular from Vanguard. And the third one is FZROX. And this is the one from Fidelity. So what are the differences from all these 3 choices? All of these 3 choices are pretty much the same. So the only difference is some platforms or different stock brokers don't let you buy all of them. So you have different choices depending on what you're allowed to buy in your own broker. The second difference is the expense ratio. This is like the type of cost that they charge for managing these 500 best companies in the stock market. So if you look at the screen, you can see that SPY has an expense ratio of 0.09%. VOO from Vanguard has an expense ratio of 0.03%. And Fidelity FZROX has an expense ratio of 0%. So you can see that the expense ratio is not too high, but little by little, this expense ratio amounts can eat your profits in the future when you have a lot of money years later. And the last difference is that SPY is the most common, most popular index, so it's very liquid. You can buy or sell this type of index very easily, and they even offer options available for people who like to trade options. So the question is, how can I start investing? I am interested about this, many of you might say. So this is very easy. You just open a brokerage account, which you can go to your local bank or you can go to any of these websites. Normally, YouTubers offer you all these different brokers that sometimes could put your money to risk. So I only invest in these brokers that have a lot of history here in the US and that have a lot of backup from the FDIC. So after you open a brokerage account, what you do is that you deposit money from your checking account, from your savings account, or you can also do what I do, which is putting a little percentage of my money from my job directly to this brokerage account, and the rest will go to my checking account for me to pay my bills. Automating investing is one of the best decisions because I believe in that you need to pay yourself first. So after you deposit money into this account, now you can start buying stocks. And you just have to continue buying stocks from this index no matter if the stock market goes up or goes down. It's that simple. This is exactly what I do. So I decided to open a brand new account where I invest $250 every single week just to show you how I invest my money from zero. And this is the reason why I created this VIP club. In this VIP club, you can learn how to open a new account, how to start buying your first stocks. So you will be learning a lot, even if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, or if you're an advanced investor. You are going to continue to learn because I would like to show you how I have been able to generate more money from the stock market than my own employment. So this is why I am inviting you to become part of my VIP club. You have the most powerful tool that you can use to generate and multiply your money. And this is your current income. With your current income, you can actually make your money work for you instead of just working until you turn 70 or 80 years of age and just waiting for the Social Security to pay for your bills on whatever money the government wants to give you. So I am confident that you are going to have a prosper investment journey. So get ready because the best is yet to come.